Welcome back to Golf Extra. Bubba Watson has always been a unique player on the PGA Tour for a variety of reasons. Whether it's his unusual left-handed swing, his incredible driving distance, or his one-of-a-kind off-course personality, Watson has always been at the forefront. However, his recent comments about the PGA Tour have him in even more of a spotlight than normal. What exactly is it that he's accusing the PGA Tour of, and what will it mean for the tour going forward? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Now, let's get right into Bubba Watson's shocking reveal about the PGA Tour. Bubba Watson is originally from the Florida Panhandle, where he grew up loving the game of golf. He was successful enough in college to earn a scholarship to the University of Georgia, where he was a part of an SEC title team. He turned professional in 2002 and quickly established himself as one of the longest driving players on the PGA Tour. Strong finishes in several majors got him further into the conversation about best young golfers until Watson closed the deal with a Masters victory in 2012. He'd add another victory at the Masters in 2014, putting him in rare company and establishing himself as a golfer with a unique pedigree. Watson's excellent play, off-course charitable contributions, and overall appeal have attracted him to a number of sponsors, including a lifetime deal with Ping to supply his golf clubs, as well as a deal with course management company Troon, who notably expected him to appear in certain events as a part of the deal. You might wonder why we're talking about sponsorships. Don't worry, we'll explain in a moment. In recent years, Bubba has still been successful, but has struggled with a meniscus injury for the last few years. The injury has kept him from participating in very many tournaments and has caused his overall form and consistency to slip. Watson eventually decided to make the move over to LIV Golf in July 2022, just over 4 years after his last professional win. Here's where things start to get interesting. Responding late last year to some of the criticism that he's received based on his move to LIV, as well as some negative comments by other golfers regarding the guaranteed money of LIV contracts, Watson said, "Makes me laugh because on the PGA Tour, I got paid behind closed doors to show up at tournaments, many tournaments. And if Bubba Watson's not the best, that means the best were getting paid better than me and more than me. And so it's guaranteed money. I missed the cut, I still make money. I make the cut, I make extra money." He certainly makes it sound pretty shady, but his story doesn't end there. I'd laugh at criticism because we all had some guaranteed money to show up at places. Win, lose, quit, whatever it is, you still got the money. We've all been doing that. We've all been playing for guaranteed money. The critics just makes me laugh because that's what we're doing. We don't want to talk about it on tour, but we are getting it. It's definitely suspicious that players don't openly disclose that they're making money from appearances, and Watson makes it sound like this money is coming directly from the PGA Tour. However, the PGA Tour immediately clarified its position in a statement to ESPN following Watson's comments, saying that the tour prohibits the payment of appearance money to players as an inducement to play in a particular tournament. We are aware that certain tournament sponsors may contract with a player to perform a sponsor-related activity during tournament week for which they receive nominal compensation. This is permissible under our guidelines. Pro golfer Kevin Kisner, who's a member of the PGA Tour Player Advisory Council, offered further clarity on the relationship between sponsors and players relative to their appearances at certain events. "I would not say that it's an appearance fee as much as a relationship between the player and the title sponsor or the host organization. They're trying to get more money in players' hands through contracted appearances for tent visits or pro-ams away from the regular PGA Tour. It's been going on forever. If Travelers wants to pay Bubba Watson to go do a tent visit, that has nothing to do with the PGA Tour. You don't think Zurich and New Orleans is pressuring guys to play because they're sponsoring them on their sleeves? That's not an appearance fee, that's an off-course endorsement that's under contract." So there's a bit of a communication issue here. It seems to be readily accepted that sponsors will pay players in order for them to appear at certain events and perform sponsorship-related duties. Not technically an appearance fee, but something close. This was openly discussed when Watson's sponsorship with Troon was announced, so it's not exactly a state secret. Even still, it's an interesting wrinkle and spin that Watson brings up, and it definitely feeds into the bigger conversation around LIV's guaranteed money contracts. Kisner isn't the only player who has commented on the guaranteed money issue. Somewhat infamously, Tiger Woods criticized players for moving over to LIV in return for guaranteed money, arguing that it reduced the power of competition between players by saying, "What these players are doing for guaranteed money, what is the incentive to practice? What is the incentive to go out there and earn it in the dirt? You're just getting paid a lot of money up front and playing a few events and playing 54 holes." Of course, LIV CEO Greg Norman had to weigh in as well, seeing as he played on the PGA Tour for a long time and was one of the top golfers in the 1990s. Norman supported Watson, saying, "I've been away from the PGA Tour for so long. I have heard those rumors and opinions out there. I can only say that if Bubba is saying that, it's got to be factual, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. Back in my day, we were not allowed to take appearance money. We were not allowed to get our hotels paid or any expenses paid for. We had to just go play golf, and we earned that money. Might be different now." At least he acknowledged that things might be different now, but the conflict between the PGA and LIV camps seems to be one of misunderstanding rather than an issue of principle. Among those who commented, Norman seems to be the only one who's never accepted sponsorship money in return for an appearance at a tournament, and that might be due to timing more than anything else. That begs the question, is Watson still as on board with LIV as he was before? After all, with the recent news coming out about the restrictions in LIV contracts and the organization's flailing broadcast ratings, there have been rumors about players defecting back to the PGA. However, Watson states, "I know what our business plan is and our business model is. We are talking about having teams from different parts of the world. We are talking about having our own golf courses that basically, we'll call them our stadiums. We're talking about having golf academies to help young golfers, but also young golfers that want to play at our level, just like any other sports team around the world. So there's a lot of dreams and aspirations and a lot of things that we've already accomplished in less than a year, but we still want to keep going forward. Legacy-wise, I just want to be part of something that was amazing. I believe in the right steps and what we are taking. I believe that golf was kind of stale and the only sport that I saw that was missing team atmosphere. We love the Ryder Cup, we love the President's Cup, so why not do it all year round?" While Bubba's comparison of LIV to some of the most popular international golf events in the world might ruffle some feathers in the sport, his comments show just what he thinks about LIV Golf and what their place in the world golf stage could be. So, in summary, while Watson's comments about golfers earning guaranteed money on the PGA Tour might be rooted in fact, it's also worth noting that this doesn't appear to be a covert operation. While players also don't openly discuss it, the practice of sponsors paying players has no apparent issue on the PGA Tour and should ultimately be an added bonus for the game's best players, regardless of which tour that they play on. This is no different than in other professional sports like football and basketball, where players regularly take sponsorship money in addition to their salaries to promote different events and companies. Watson was correct that this practice does cover guaranteed money, but his comparison of these payouts to what exists in LIV Golf is decidedly misleading. So, what do you think about Bubba Watson's comments? Do you agree with him that these sponsorship payouts are shady? Or do you think that they're just a part of the game? Be sure to leave us a comment with what you think down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can watch our latest content updates as soon as they drop. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.